Hey folks, Jorge D'Amico here in another video of the wood pallet series in 135 scale. In today's episode, I will show you how the wood pallets I've been creating on the last two episodes fit in a pallet handler. So this is what today's show is about. I will go over the construction of the wood pallet handler from my Miniart kit. And at the end, what I really want to do is show you how my wood pallet creations fit on it. So let's jump right into it. In my first two videos, I offered my impressions on how I believe a wood pallet in 135 scale should look like in order not only to be realistic, but also accurate in scale. If you don't know what I'm talking about or haven't watched these two episodes I mentioned, make sure you take a peek on them and let me know what you think. After many trials and errors and a lot of research, I was able to come up with a methodology so anyone can create wood pallets from scratch. I wanted my process to be easy to reproduce. There might be a simpler way to do it out there, but this is really the way that resonated to me. I really wanted other modelers to try it as well, and my hope is that this process could be useful to anyone wanting to add these wood pallets to dioramas and vignettes. And during my extensive research, I realized that there are many different types and sizes of wood pallets, and that they vary depending on the application and industry that uses them. Which means that by creating one single sample, as I did, would only scratch the surface. So in these two first videos, in reality, I covered what I called the type 1 of the wood pallets that I had in mind. But something in my head didn't want me to stop there. I wanted to create at least one more variation of it using the same methodology. This variation is what I'm calling wood pallet type 2, which will be available in the next couple episodes. One in polystyrene, if you prefer plastic, and one in balsa wood. Similarly as I did on the first two episodes with the type 1. So stay tuned. Okay, now that I created my first version of my wood pallets, the type 1, there was a problem. I needed to make sure that they were really accurate. I was very confident in all my measurements and mock-ups, but the only way to test the theory was to put them to work in real life. And that's the reason for today's video. In my line of thinking, I needed to match my wood pallets with a forklift in 135 scale, right? I could use something to really prove my theory. So I started looking for a forklift model kit. You know, like those small forklifts we see in warehouses in real life? But while searching here and there for a kit option, I was dumbfounded to realize that there's not a single non-military plastic kit version of a forklift in 135 scale, at least to my knowledge. I could only find ones in 132 scale. They don't work for me. The ones I found in 135 were all military forklifts, either in a plastic kit or in resin, and I didn't want to go to a full build of a kit just to prove my wood pallets theory, right? I didn't want to use a model in 132 scale either. That would defeat the whole idea of trying out my theory of putting my wood pallets in 135 scale to the test on a forklift in 132 scale. You see my issue here? Then, after some research, I discovered that my best solution was to build a Hand Pallet Truck set from Miniart. Their pallet handlers, as I named them, would be the perfect judges for my wood pallets. As you can see, the construction is simple and very straightforward. There are not a lot of parts, and there couldn't be, as this is such a small device. For the assembly, as I cover in this video, you will need the standard hobby tools such as a sprue cutter, a Sharpie hobby knife, different sanding elements, and a plastic cement. You should be good. The kit gives you 2 pallet handlers, which is the reason why I bought it in the first place, plus 4 wood pallets, as well as a couple barrels, which I'm not covering in this build. Although the pallet handlers were the main reason for the assembling of this kit, I also decided to take a look at the wood pallets included in the box. And here's my assessment of the pallets. They have great wood texture imitation on the planks, no doubt about it. But because their construction is in 2 parts only, it misses more details, not to mention that they are small in size. They are scale accurate though, but too small for my needs. The size was a real deal breaker for me since the beginning. I realized after paying more attention to wood pallet in real life that it is way more common to see bigger wood pallets than small types as the ones available in a Miniart kit. Thus the reason why I designed my own wood pallets from scratch. Additionally, depending on your project, you might require more than 4 pallets. My process gives you the ability to build as many as you want very quickly and efficiently, and more importantly, for a very affordable price, as the required plastic and balsa wood strips cost a fraction of the Miniart plastic kit. Okay, here's a comparison of the pallet that comes in the kit with the one I created. You can clearly see the difference in size as I mentioned earlier. Now, with the assembly of the pallet handler out of the way, let's put my wood pallets to the test. I'm very happy with the end result. They fit perfectly on the pallet handler, the dimensions are accurate, and the appearance is very convincing in my opinion. Let me know what you think and your thoughts in the comment sections below. I would also love to know which ideas you have to use these wood pallets in your own vignettes and dioramas. If you want to create your own wood pallets using an easy-to-follow step-by-step guide, you can watch the first 2 videos of the wood pallet series in 1/35 scale I've created. The links are on the screen right now. They cover the steps, tools, and materials necessary. You can even download the PDF file for free with the template and all the instructions. If you print the file, you can use the template as a guide. And if you like this video and you'd like to see me creating more content like this one, please hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Oh, and don't forget to click on the bell icon as well so you can keep up to date every time I post something new. Thanks for watching. We see each other on the next video. Ciao.